Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am back with another Ankh Guardian, and this is Shesmu. He is primed in Army Painter's White because we're going to be using some Agrax Earthshade. Yes, I found out that Agrax Earthshade does a really great skin tone. I found this out by looking on a channel one time and just happened to see this, and I was like, really? So I decided to try it. So I covered the entire miniatures skin with this Agrax Earthshade. I also did the second one with Guilliman Flesh. I didn't take a picture of that though, I forgot, but it turned out a little too pink compared to the rest. So I did find that the Agrax Earthshade was a little too dark, or I don't know, wasn't natural enough. So I ended up dry brushing some Amber Skin, which is a skin tone paint set. Or paint from the Skin Tones paint set, and just to dry brush it over the areas to get the muscles popping a little more. Next, I'm going to be using some shining silver on everything that's supposed to be gold, because I'm trying a new technique of using a contrast paint over the silver to give it that gold effect instead of using gold. People have told me to try this out, so I'm listening to my viewers and giving it a try here. So there's a few spots on him. There's like some spots under the beard, which is so hard to get to. Just be careful, but I mean, it's not a big deal if you mess up. Put a little bit more white paint on and you're good to go. Next, we're going to be doing his hair with some Sigor Brown. This is a contrast paint. It is very dark. One thing I have noticed though, using contrast paints as of late, and using the Citadel primer specifically for contrast paints and the Army Painter's white paint, is I noticed that the contrast paint works really well, actually a little bit better on Army Painter's white primer. I don't know if it's just the primers I have from Citadel, I don't know, like it's made for contrast paints. But anyways, another thing I gotta note though is make sure if you're using a dark color like this that you actually get everything you want to paint, because sometimes you'll see the little white line still, and if you come back later it makes that area darker. Anyways, now I'm going to be using Iandin Yellow, and this is what I was talking about for the gold. And as you can see, the silver keeps its shine to it, and you're able to create like this gold effect. So if you don't have a gold paint, this is another way of doing it. I've heard you can also use, I think, Cassandora Yellow as a shade. Anyways, now I was just using some Cryptic Armor Shade Gloss on the rest of the blade, just to give it a more of a brownish look to it, and it still keeps its shine. The next contrast paint I'm using is Snakebite Leather. And this is going to be for the strap going around his waist, as well as those little tiny straps that are on those belts hanging down in front of him. Now I'm doing something completely different from the artwork. I'm actually using Apothecary White on his robes, or his whatever you want to call this. I don't even know what you call this. Anyways, on his tunic instead of brown, because I found there's like already enough brown on this character and stuff like that. So I just wanted to have this robe pop a little bit more. And speaking of popping, again, those belts, instead of using again brown, I'm going to be using Flesh Terror's Red. It's another contrast paint from Citadel. So first you do the contour of the top portion of the belt, I guess, and then there's all those little belts that are dangling down in front, and just one of them was red in the artwork, and I decided to do them all in red, and man, does it ever turn out looking good. I'm going to be using a little gemstone red on this clip that's on his beard, and then a little elven armor for some of the blue spots that were also on that gold armor. So there you go, Shesmu is all painted. Now I noticed afterwards that his beard in front was grayish white, so I painted over it just to make sure that that came out a little bit more. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.